Hello everyone, my name is Richard. Today I'm going to introduce the topic of time management. Time management is reflected in every aspect of our lives. We as a student, time management in school life is the most important. However, time management can be really difficult, and in fact, many of our students don't know the exact way to manage their time, and they feel dominated or enslaved by time. Now, let's start with some examples of bad time managing. I believe many of you has had this experience before. Piles of homework laying in front of you, and it is already in the evening. You're struggling to decide which homework to start first because you actually don't want to do any of them. Okay, here's another case. When you finish homework, you're most likely to go play video games, lie in bed while watching TikTok, or finding some TV series you're interested. Well, as a result, you go to bed at 1 a.m. and you fall asleep in class the next day. Well, these are completely normal for a student, but you need to change them. And how to change them is very crucial. First, you need to know that time management can only be reflected when you are all alone. Now you may have parents or teachers to help you control and manage your time, but in the future, you're all on yourself. There are 24 hours every day. You need to spend approximately 8 hours of sleep, 8 for school, and another 8 for you to control and manage. Well, 8 hours may seem a large amount of time in which you could do a lot of things, but you are wrong. 8 hours could slip away instantly if you do not plan yourself out. You may have the experience that when you are giving a task and a large amount of time, you always think of reasons to put off the task because you want to do some entertainments first. Well, as a result, it wasn't until the last hour that you decided to do the work, but obviously the time is not enough by then. Now, let's talk about some ways to manage your time wisely. First, making a plan is the most effective way of controlling your time. When you have a plan, you will always think about the plan in mind, and you have a basic concept about what you will do at what time. In this way, your life is organized. So this is one of my plans I made for one Saturday afternoon, or the whole afternoon, Saturday. It's from 9 a.m. to 12, and it is organized in like a chronological order. Some good characteristics about a plan is that first, you should have enough time for each of your tasks. And second, you should have a short break between each of your tasks because you get tired. And another very important aspect of a plan is that a plan should be very flexible. Flexible means you should try to adjust and change your plan according to your situation. Let's say you've already planned out your whole Saturday afternoon, just like what I did, and suddenly your parents told you that your grandpa is sick, which means you need to go to the hospital with them. This is an emergency situation, which means you need to adjust and change your plan according to the situation because it is more important. However, if the situation is that one of your friends calling you out to play, and which is not an emergency, unfortunately, you should try to refuse them because it will affect your plan. So in this situation, I suggest you to stick to your plan. Another very important aspect of manage your time is effectively utilize the gap time between tasks. Some good examples of gap time including waiting for your parents cooking for meals, or waiting in the airport for a plane to take off, or the time between classes for waiting for teachers to begin. Well, in these periods of times, reading a book or finishing some easy homeworks are the best choice. Last but not least, having a concept of time in mind is important as well. And the best way to achieve this is by having a clock in front of you at any time. It could be your watch, a digital clock, or a normal clock, just like that. You need to check the time whenever you finish a task or you think the task takes you too much time. In this way, you will have a better understanding about how you can achieve in a certain amount of time so you can do a better job in making a plan in the future. In conclusion, time management is easy to deal with as long as you have the correct strategies. 3 aspects are the most important. First, making a plan. Second, having the concept of time. And third, effectively utilize the gap times. In this way, you no longer become the slave of time, but you'll be the master of time. Thank you.